Good morning. Welcome to the Monday, January 25 edition of the Silliman OnAir News. In our headline today, the well-attended indignation rally last January 22 for murdered mass communication student J. Phil Rayoso was the loudest statement demanding swift justice for his death. The rally was attended not just by Silliman students but also students from other educational institutions such as Negros Oriental State University and Foundation University, as well as the local police. Statements from the Rayoso family and the Silliman community were responded to by City Administrator Engineer Dominador Dumalag and Senior Superintendent Augusto Marquez, Police Provincial Director. Marquez sought for the community's cooperation by providing little information that could move forward the case. Marquez also met with Dean of Students Dr. Edna Calingacion to discuss measures to strengthen the safety and security of the students and to come up with crime prevention programs. He also added that a series of dialogues with the students has been proposed in the coming weeks to encourage them to take the necessary precautionary safety measures. For more Silliman University news and announcements, visit our website at www.su.edu.ph. For our local news, the National Food Authority in Negros Oriental will purchase clean and dry palay at 17 pesos per kilo from individual farmers or associations. The Visayan Daily Star reports that Provincial Operations Officer Rolando Lazarita said they are mandated to help farmers gain a decent earning from their produce, adding they had bought some 95 sacks of palay from farmers in Ayungin Town. Another 60 sacks of palay were purchased from Bayawan City, also a producer of organic rice in the province. Another news in the local scene. Starting the last quarter of 2009, a power supply deficit has been experienced in the Visayas region, which resulted in frequent brownouts. Philippine News Agency reports the Department Manager Engineer Dominador Sherwin Clajico said that when the power demand reaches a certain limit, the electronic cooperative is advised to take the necessary load curtailment measurements or load shedding. Due to power deficit, the power generations company may be forced to shut down power in order to preserve the grid. Moreover, to address the situation, the electric cooperative is implementing rotating feeder brownouts among the 9 feeders of Noreco 2. In the national scene, the call for Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile to step down in order to preserve the line of succession for the presidency grew louder as senior members of the Senate raised a possible failure of election on May 10. Inquirer.net reports that the change in Senate leadership could be a temporary set-up during the canvassing of votes for the May polls where the presidency, vice presidency, 12 senatorial slots, the Senate in the House of Representatives, and all local elective posts will be contested. Senate Minority Leader Aquilino Pimentel Jr. and Senator Alan Peter Cayetano expressed agreement with the view of Senator Manuel Villar, the standard-bearer of the Nationalista Party, that a senator not running for re-election should have the chamber to be able to serve as acting president in case of a failure of elections. Another news in the national scene. Administration presidential candidate Gilberto Kibo Chidoro Jr. shrugs off his continued low ratings in the candidate preference surveys. Inquirer.net reports that Chidoro said he will be included in the top 3 when the campaign period kicks off. Moreover, he also dismissed as just rumor speculations that many administration legislators are forsaking the ruling Lakas Kampi CMD for other parties whose candidates are seen to have a better chance of winning in the May elections. In the global front, Jordanian police said on Saturday that they had recovered the bodies of 2 Asian women which had been dumped in plastic bags in a public waste bin north of the capital. Police spokesman Muhammad Khatib said a member of the public had spotted the bodies in sealed plastic waste sacks and alerted police, adding that the nationalities of the 2 women remained unclear, but they had probably been working as maids. ABS-CBNnews.com reports that initial examination suggested that both women had been strangled. Another news on the global scene. Around 70 Filipinos in Haiti have indicated their desire to come home after a powerful earthquake hit Port-au-Prince last week, the Department of Foreign Affairs said Friday. The DFA plans to put the Filipinos on a bus and bring them out of Haiti's capital to Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. From there, the Pinoys will take a plane that would fly them home to Manila. ABS-CBN News.com reports that majority of those who want to be repatriated are women and children. They are concerned for their health as well as their safety, the DFA said. And now, for environmental concerns related to our health. Global warming will cause more deaths in summer because of higher temperatures, but these will not be offset by fewer deaths and milder winters. Finds and analysis published online ahead of print in Occupational and Environment Medicine. The Harvard researchers analyzed city-specific weather data related to the deaths of more than 6.5 million people. They found that during two-day cold snaps, there was a 1.59% increase in deaths because of the extreme temperatures. However, during similar periods of extremely hot weather, death rates went up by 5.74%. Deaths did not rise as steeply when temperature fluctuations were less extreme. Furthermore, ozone may prove the key to the link between high temperature and the increased risk of death from heart disease or stroke. The researchers based their findings in a population of almost 100 million people in 95 different geographical areas during the summer months. During this period, 4 million heart attacks or strokes occurred, and when the authors plotted daily deaths against fluctuations in temperature during one day, they found that ozone was a common link. The results showed that the higher the ozone layer level, the higher was the risk of cardiovascular death attributable to high temperature. Ozone is chemical pollutant that is strongly tied to weather conditions, particularly the amount of ultraviolet light in the atmosphere. It is generated by a reaction between nitrogen oxides, volatile organic compounds, and oxygen in the sunlight. And now for sports news. Reigning pound-for-pound king Manny Pacquiao is confident a ring date with Floyd Mayweather Jr. will still happen, even as a replacement foe for his March 13 bout, Joshua Clottey, made plans to fly to Ghana to address a big trainer problem. In a report by CNN.com, Pacquiao said that he is still hoping a fight with Mayweather will be pushed through maybe by summertime. Meanwhile, Clottey's trainer was denied a United States visa, throwing off the fighter's training schedule. Inquirer.net reports that trainer Godwin Zani and assistant trainer Daniel Clottey were stuck in Ghana after encountering visa problems.
In the entertainment industry, aid from U.S. ports continued to flow for earthquake-ravaged Haiti on Friday, with boxing promoter Top Rank pledging a share of ticket sales to relief efforts. Top Rank chief Bob Arum said the company would donate $1 from every ticket it sells through the end of the year to aid for Haiti. ABS-CBNnews.com reports that the plan will start with a featherweight card at Madison Square Garden on Saturday, where a turnout of about 5,000 is expected.
And now for a weather update. The eastern sections of northern and central Luzon, southern Luzon, and Visayas will experience mostly cloudy skies with scattered rains, while Mindanao will have cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. The rest of the country will have partly cloudy to at times cloudy with isolated rains. Pag-asa weather forecast reports that moderate to strong winds blowing from the northeast will prevail over Luzon and Visayas, and coming from the northeast and east over the Mindanao, the coastal waters throughout the archipelago will be moderate to rough.
And for today's trivia, did you know that contrary to what most people believe, and that includes most professionals, when using beer, wine, or other alcoholic beverages in recipes, a lot of alcohol still remains after cooking.
And now for water, sanitation, and hygiene update, brought to you by the Dumaguete City Water District, your reliable service provider of safe, sufficient, and affordable water, celebrating its 32nd year providing water services to the public. By 2030, the number of urban dwellers is expected to be about 1.8 billion more than in 2005, and to constitute about 60% of the world's population. As the urban population increases, many major cities have had to draw fresh water from increasingly distant watersheds as local surface and groundwater sources no longer meet the demand for water, or as they become depleted or polluted. And that's today's water sanitation and hygiene update, brought to you by the Dumaguete City Water District, your reliable service provider of safe, sufficient, and affordable water, in cooperation with Water Sanitation and Hygiene Philippines Coalition and Silliman University. And that's today's edition of the Silliman OnAir News. This is Zafar Zamudio.
This is Shan Sohor.
And this is Erica Mate. Thank you for listening.